Hi everyone, Paul here with Newegg TV. Today we're going to be reviewing this Sony VAIO E-Series notebook, and this has a host of features, so quickly let's start off by getting into the specs. Now this is a mid-range notebook, but you get a lot of hardware for the price you pay. First of all, the CPU inside is a 2.13 GHz Core i3 M330. It's a mobile processor, so it's very speedy and it's also pretty decent on power consumption. It has 4 GB of 1066 MHz DDR3 memory, as well as a 500 gig internal hard drive that spins at 5400 RPM. So you notice here we have a full QWERTY keyboard as well as a numerical pad, which is very nice to have the full keyboard instead of the truncated ones you get with some smaller notebooks. And as far as peripherals and ports, over here we have 3 USB ports as well as a Blu-ray combo drive, which is an excellent feature. Up here on the front we have a microphone and headphone jack. Over on this side we have an indicator for the battery as well as hard drive activity. We have an on-off, an actual manual on-off switch for the wireless, which is also really nice. An SD card reader, a Magic Gate reader for Sony's memory cards. And then finally we have our powered eSATA port, also an express card reader. You have an HDMI output for video as well as a standard D sub for VGA output. And then rounding it up we have the Ethernet jack as well as power plug. So I was able to spend some time with this notebook today, and I definitely noticed some positives and some negatives. So on the plus side, the CPU that's installed is definitely very quick and very responsive. The Windows Experience Index for this whole machine is 4.6, but that's primarily dragged down by the integrated graphics card that we have here for our sample model. The CPU score for Windows Experience Index was 6.2, which is definitely an improvement. Finally, right up here at the top, we have an integrated webcam, which is a pretty standard feature for notebooks these days. But if you like to do Skype or web chat, it is definitely nice to have, and it does give a pretty clear picture as well as decent color reproduction. As far as cons go, our main issue with this particular notebook was the battery life. It wasn't terrible, but it definitely wasn't great either. Running full screen video, we got just over 3 hours worth of juice out of it. If you are looking for a laptop that you need to take on the go or you're not going to be able to plug it in for a while, you might want to look for something that has a little bit more battery life. Also, the design of the laptop itself, which is really a matter of taste, but it is fairly boxy, fairly simple, and there is various color schemes that you can choose from. Also, this particular model has, I don't know if you can see it, but there's sort of a shimmer here. There's a glitter design here that goes into right where the wrist rest is. Again, that's a matter of taste. Maybe you like it, maybe you don't, but for those who do, there it is. Now, one final thing to mention is that the version of the laptop we have here is actually a sample, and it's representative of sort of the baseline of what's available with the E-Series. There's lots of other variations available on the Newegg.com website. For instance, you can get discrete graphics card featuring an ATI Mobility Radeon HD 5470, and if you're an NVIDIA fan, there's also the CW series, which features an NVIDIA GeForce 310M discrete graphics card. This has been our review of the Sony VAIO E-Series notebook. Thanks a lot for watching, everyone, and we'll see you next time on Newegg TV.